Hi, everybody. My name is Tom Woodford, and I am the college counselor with Hilliard City Schools. For those of you that were not able to make the ninth grade college meeting, I have made this video. Feel free to watch it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out and we can schedule a time to meet. So I talk to families all the time, and a lot of times parents start to tell me stories about when they applied for college and things like that. And it is important to understand that the world of college admissions is very different today. And to demonstrate that, I just want to show this quick slide right here, just to demonstrate how different it is at a place like OSU. I know back in my day, if you applied to Ohio State, there was a very strong probability that you were going to get accepted to Ohio State, and you were going to be a Buckeye for life. And so I think it's important that we see how are things a little different today when it comes to a place like OSU. Last year, Ohio State received 76,000 applications, very different than back in my day. And they brought in a freshman class this fall of right around 8,100 students. Their average ACT score was a 29. The middle 50% was a 28 to 32. And the average SAT score is actually a 1390, with the range being a 1340 to 1480. I know what some of you are thinking right now. This is not the same Ohio State that I had gone to. And so it's important that our kids are under a different microscope, I guess, when it comes to getting into various colleges, especially the highly selective schools, which Ohio State would be one of those. So where are our kids in Hilliard going? We have kids going to all of the Big Ten schools. We have kids going to Harvard, Yale, UPenn, Dartmouth, all of the Ivy League schools. We've had kids already accepted to those schools. I have had an opportunity in the past to travel and visit our kids from Hilliard who are at Harvard and MIT and places like that. And they were able to give me tours of their campus, which is amazing. We also have some many students that are getting into Ivy likes, like Stanford, Washington University in St. Louis, Georgetown, Vanderbilt, MIT, Chicago, as well as Duke and Carnegie Mellon. We've got kids at all those schools, and as well as most of our kids, are going to either the state schools in Ohio, as well as the private schools in Ohio. And then every once in a while, we get a few kids who want to go overseas or outside of the U.S., and we've had kids be successful doing that as well. So parents, I do want to tell you, I'm sure that you're speaking to your kids about this already, and they're already telling you, I want to go out of state. I want to go out of state. And I hear that a lot. But looking at the data since 2013, 89% of our graduates that go on to college typically go in the state of Ohio. So parents, there's an 89% chance you are going to keep them close. And so we've heard a lot about being test optional. We will talk more about that, but standardized testing is still a part of the college admissions process. The ACT is offered 7 times of the year. The SAT is also offered 7 times a year. The ACT has a top score of 36. It's made up of English, reading, math, and science, and there is an optional writing that students will not need to do. The SAT is made up of critical reading and math, and there is no writing option. It is out of 1,600. Each the math as well as the critical reading are worth 800 points each. So it's important that we create a plan, and it's important that you as parents understand the plan. So next year as 10th graders, All 10th graders will take the PSAT 10 during the school day in the fall. It is a free test. Hilliard City Schools will pay for this. This is the 10th grade version of the PSAT. In October of their junior year, students will have an opportunity to take the PSAT. There is a fee, typically around $25, to take this test. And this is the test that's used for the National Merit Scholarship Program. This test will also prepare them for all juniors will take the SAT in the spring of their junior year. We will give that during the school day. Students don't need to pay for it. They don't need to sign up for it. Hilliard will take care of all that. We will also schedule a 4-hour SAT boot camp, a prep session during the school day that students just need to sign up for. They do not have to pay for that session either. So the ACT and SAT are very different. The SAT is actually moving in January to a digital test only. It'll be 2 hours and 14 minutes long. And that's very different than the ACT, which is over 3 hours long. Both of these tests, students can now guess. There is no penalty for getting a wrong answer. I get asked all the time, when should students take these tests? And I say when they finish Algebra 2, or if they're going to be taking Algebra 2 as a junior, then begin to take these tests in the spring of their junior year. I look at a test like the ACT. There's 60 math questions on the ACT. Between 9 and 12 of them are Algebra 2 type, and there's usually 4 trig questions, which our kids get trig in their Algebra 2 class. So I suggest students take this beginning when they finish Algebra 2. So it's important that we begin to plan ahead. So when students apply to college as a senior, we're sending their transcript with their cumulative GPA at that moment. And so it's important that they finish this freshman year really strong, because 1/3 of their cumulative GPA will be made up of what they're taking this school year. So it's important that they finish well. At the end of fall semester, they will have their first cumulative GPA in high school. Cumulative GPA is only calculated in January and June. 9 weeks grades and GPAs are not a part of the cumulative GPA formula. So it's also important that students begin to volunteer, show service. On every college application, they will have an opportunity to put in different activities that they are part of. That's being a part of sports teams, clubs at the high school, clubs and organizations outside of school, as well as their service opportunities and what they've done through that. When the kids begin to schedule in February, it's important that they challenge themselves with honors and AP. They will have their first opportunity to take the AP U.S. History course, which will be a very challenging course that they will take in their sophomore year. And so AP, it's important that we understand what advanced placement is. Advanced placement is the highest level high school course that we offer in that section. Be informed about College Credit Plus. College Credit Plus is a different animal than AP. College Credit Plus is where students actually take college courses while being in high school. Students and parents can begin to visit colleges. I think using spring break of your freshman year, or even the summer break after your freshman year, is a perfect time to start doing that. Next fall, Hilliard will have over 100 college reps come to Hilliard City Schools to meet with our students. As colleges sign up for those visits, they're listed in school links for kids to be able to sign up for those meetings. Again, I've already mentioned students should be looking at joining clubs in school and out of school with the intent to take on a leadership role in their junior and or senior year. So let's talk about these terms. AP is Advanced Placement. That is the highest level high school course that we offer in that subject area. College Credit Plus is where students are actually taking a college course. They get high school credit for taking that college course, but it is truly a college course. So where we're lucky, we have many different college opportunities for our students. Our kids take classes on campus. We have students take college courses online, and we do offer some college courses where kids can take them while in Hilliard City schools. You will hear the term the College Board. The College Board governs AP, the PSAT, and the SAT. The ACT is a separate company. Both the College Board and the ACT are for-profit companies that have their own company structure, but the ACT is separate from the College Board. The PSAT, that's the test that's used for the National Merit Scholarship Competition. That is the test that students take in October of their junior year. And then many colleges, the reason why that I advise students to take the ACT or the SAT more than once, my philosophy on that is to take each test once, figure out which test fits them best, then take that test 2 more times. Because there are some schools out there, like Miami of Ohio, that they will super score, which means they will take the highest subscores across different tests to create a new composite. An example of that is if a student takes the ACT multiple times, and if a school super scores, they will take your highest reading test from one test, your highest math, your highest science, and your highest English scores from across all of the tests that they've taken from the ACT and create a new composite score for them. So that is the reason why that we want to take these tests more than once. Scheduling college visits are very, very simple. You go to a school's website. Many times it's right on the homepage. If not, just click on the admissions tab, scroll down, and click on where it says schedule a visit. A calendar will show up. You choose a day and a time where students and parents can go and visit that school. So financial aid, nothing you need to worry about right now. There's major changes happening with FAFSA, which hopefully they have all these changes worked out before your child is a senior. But the free application for federal student aid will go live October 1st every year, but this year. And so that is when parents and students can begin to fill out that form. As students visit colleges, they'll talk to you about financial aid. I would also follow up and ask a question. Do you only accept the FAFSA, or do you accept FAFSA and the CSS profile? There are some private schools out there that require the CSS profile. That is another document that's found on the College Board website, and that is another document that's used to assess the family financial assets. Excuse me. Each year at the end of September, I will host a financial aid meeting to get everybody ready for the October 1st date. So some of the changes that they're making, when parents and students fill out the FAFSA, information will come back to the student about their SAI, that's the Student Aid Index. That is the number that is used for colleges to create a financial aid package for students. On every school's website, there's a thing called a net price calculator. And so this helps you get an idea of what the true cost is at that specific school. So what are colleges looking for? Colleges are going to assess students holistically. They're going to look at every part of a student's application. At no time is a student's application compared to somebody else's from Hilliard, outside of Hilliard, outside of the state of Ohio, so on and so forth. Every student is going to be assessed in the context of their own situation. They're going to look at their GPA, their weighted GPA, their unweighted GPA. They're going to look at the courses that they've taken compared to the courses that we offer. Have they volunteered? Do they have service? Do they have any leadership within the organizations or sports teams that they've been a part of? Are there organizations outside of Hilliard City Schools that they have become members of? And they'll also look at demonstrated interest. Demonstrated interest is how colleges figure out how interested your child is in them. And they figure that out by has your child visited campus? Have they met with the college reps at college fairs? Have they met with the college reps when they come to the high schools to visit? Has your child answered emails that have been sent to them? All of that is a way for the colleges to assess how interested that your child is in their school. So what can your child do now? They can create an academic plan, an athletic plan, as well as a social plan. I would also print off a 4-year college plan. On my webpage, I have, it is there for everybody to download and print. If you go to any of the three high schools' web pages, click on high school counselor, and then in the drop down, one of the links or one of the tabs is college information. Click on that. I post all my videos there, questions to ask on college visits, and so on and so forth, as well as this 4-year college checklist. It should include clubs, volunteering, summer opportunities. Having a job is always important. All of that's going to be a part of the application, as well as leadership roles and different organizations that they have joined. Having a solid schedule each year with a mix of strong courses that are going to challenge your child, as well as classes that they want to take to figure out if this is maybe a career path for them. So there's different ways that students could potentially earn college credits while in high school. So advanced placement, you heard me say earlier that advanced placement, these are high school courses. College students do not earn college credits for taking an AP class. In the first 2 weeks of May every year, those are the advanced placement exams. Students do not earn college credit for taking those exams either. They can't pass an exam. They cannot fail an exam. They get a score between 1 and 5. And when they get that score, based on the university that they go to, on every college's website, they have their own AP scoring guide. It'll tell you what the score is needed on specific tests and how many credits they will give at their school and the name of the course that they're going to take the place of with that test score. So every university has their own policy. The state schools in Ohio will give college credit for 3s, 4s, and 5. That is legislatively driven by state law. They have to do that. Many of the private schools will give credit for 3s, 4s, and 5s too. If you look at a school like Case Western in the state of Ohio, they're only going to give credit for 4s and 5s. So we give an incentive for our students to take an AP course that we will give a 1-point bump on their GPA, a weighted GPA of a 5-point for that. So we do give incentives for students to take AP courses. AP courses look very good on a high school transcript as students are applying to college. College Credit Plus is a completely different animal. This is where they actually are taking a college course. It could be online, it could be on campus. Sometimes we actually host those classes here. students get high school credit for taking these college courses. They will be weighted on the high school GPA, just like AP classes will be as well. The only negative to this is if students don't do well. The grades must show up on their high school transcript. They're already starting a college transcript and GPA. So if a student would fail a CCP course or drop the course after the second week, then the students and the families will have to reimburse Hilliard City Schools for the cost of that class. We have a lot of students. We have over 800 kids taking college classes right now. Most of them are taking them at these three courses. One is through Kenyon College. We have courses offered in each of our three high schools through Kenyon. Columbus State, we have kids taking classes online or down on campus or at the ILC and the hub in what we call the College Jumpstart program, which is a package of courses from Columbus State that we offer there. And then we have 24 students this year taking classes at OSU. Other universities in the area that are active in CCP, we have students at Cedarville, Mount Vernon Nazarene. We've had kids go to Franklin, Otterbein, COTC. We've had kids at Sinclair, and we currently have a few kids taking some online math classes at the University of Cincinnati. Kenyon, we offer English courses, physics, chemistry, Spanish. Then at Darby, we offer a social science there as well. OSU, students have to apply to the academy at OSU. After they apply, they need to bring me the counselor form, and then I will fill that out, put their high school transcript with it, and send it off to campus. Most students taking classes at OSU, they're taking them on campus, which means they have to purchase a parking space. They will probably park on West Campus, have to get a bus to take them to main campus, walk to class, and then jump on a bus again to get back to their car. So sometimes the OSU thing is a little bit more difficult just because of the logistics that have to happen. So I said that we had offered classes through C-State, either on campus, online, or at the hub in what we call College Jumpstart. And this is our College Jumpstart program. Kids have to take a group of courses. They take English 1100 in the fall. Half of them take psychology. Half of them take poli-sci. And then in the spring of that year, they take English 2367, which is Comp 2. And then half the kids take psychology or poli-sci. We do offer a year 2 group of courses for those seniors. So this is something for College Jumpstart that we offer in-house for juniors and seniors. And students either have to take all of these courses or none of them. If they want to take singletons, then they would have to take them online or on campus. If you want to follow me, if you want to contact me in any way, feel free to reach out by email, tom_Woodford@hboe.org. Follow me on Twitter, what is now X, @Woodford_Tom. And each week you get a college news email from me as well. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I would love to help. And again, we can always schedule a time to meet as a family. Have a great day. Thank you for listening.